this feeling of like swirling, like it's like higher vibrations and then lower vibrations, and it's just this like cosmic swirl that's happening right now. As you notice, this is the only card that was turned on this side, so it tells me that you're still in this in-between space. There's too much wonder is what Spirit is telling me now, that you're still trying to connect the dots with how something is going to take place or what exactly you need to do. There's this energy of needing to be in the know, needing to have control, and that's what's surfacing for you right before the new moon. Now, this can take you. Let me see if I can get. They usually don't want to give me time, but lately they have been wanting to. So I feel like this is going to take you through the full moon cycle. So from the new moon to the full moon, and it's going to be like a reinvigorating. So you're going to be cosmically clearing is what they're telling me. And you're going to be, it's going to feel like you're purging, and then you have a really high vibration and you feel really good. And then again, you come back, cycle around, and you purge, and you come back to this higher vibration, and just allow it to happen. You're just cycling out of things that are not in resonance anymore, and it's lifting you to a much higher vibration. So let's see what wants to come through. The first card here we have is the Seven of Cups, and it's just telling me that like there's so much going on in your head that your judgment is clouded right now, that it's like you know what's coming for you. You actually have been preparing for it. It feels like it's something that was maybe even supposed to happen a long while ago, and you're ready for it. You're okay, let me be more specific. They're telling me, they're saying you are mentally ready for it, but you're not quite there emotionally and physically. So can we tap more into that, Spirit? What is it that they need for so for emotionally, there needs to be some purging. That's why this cycling is still happening, because there's still lower vibrational frequencies that exist within your soul resonance, and they're just filtering out. So it may feel like you're coming up for a breath and then you're getting pulled back into the waves, and just allow it to process through you. It's just, you've got to get through these purging so that your body, your emotional body, is cleansed and ready for that next level, so that you're ready to fully accept it and welcome it in and receive it. Without that next level of receiving and acceptance, you could get back into a cycle of self-sabotaging. So allow those cycles to fully move through you. That's what they're wanting to do right now. And as far as the physical body, okay, they're saying strengthen the body. So I'm hearing like more movement. I'm really feeling a lot of weight in the shoulders. I'm going to do a little transmission. Okay, they're saying you're carrying all of the weight yourself. You don't need to carry it. Let go, let God. Let go, let God. Let go, let God. That should be your mantra for this new moon. Let go, let God. Because the weight that you're carrying, it's like this emotional purging that you're going through. It's like you've held on to it so long because you had to be the strength, you had to be the strong one, you had to be the supportive one for others, and you've cleared that. They're telling me like you've done what you needed to do, and now it's time for you to rest and integrate and let go and let God. Let the higher powers take this and transmute it for you. Let them shift it for you. You don't have to carry it any longer. There's some stubbornness, like some ego energy that's coming in, like you have done it for so long and you feel really good when you're able to clear it, and they want you to feel good in not having to clear like other people's shit anymore. They want you to feel good in just allowing yourself to receive. You may be a person who feels really good helping other people, or like being the person that everyone turns to for advice, or being the one that always like steps up and takes care of things. And that's felt really good, yes. And it's created a barrier, they're telling me, a barrier within you, that's where the blockage is right now. Is your part of your lower self is wanting to stay in that like recognition stage of like, oh, I do this and then people recognize me for it and it feels really good, when they're saying you don't have to do that anymore. You can be recognized and loved for just being you. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of receiving. This thing like really move through those shoulders. Any kind of shoulder opening stretches would be really good. Even just they're showing me like taking your arms and raising them above your head and then bringing them down, and doing that a few times. Maybe some shoulder rolls. There needs to be an opening in the upper back shoulder area. That's where the majority of the grief, they're telling me, is. There's been a lot of grief, a lot that you're holding on to, that they're just saying, your guides and angels are saying, let go, we are here to help you. But like, we're not going to force you to, I mean, if you want to live with it, you can live with it the rest of your life, and you will stay in the same current vibrational cycles that you're in. However, if you want to evolve, which they're telling me that yes, you've been asking to evolve, you've been asking to move forward, you've been calling on them to help you get through these cycles. And they say the one thing that's missing is you're not letting go. Let go, let God. Definitely a new mantra if you haven't been using that already. Let's see what else wants to come through here. All right, so we have the waterfall. Yeah, this is like, if you've ever stood underneath a waterfall, it's the most amazing feeling. It is refreshing for the soul, for all of the bodies, the mental, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. It is just like a deep cleanse. You can also get this in a shower. That's why showering is so cleansing on an energetic level. But they're saying there needs to be a deep cleansing, a deep like surrendering and letting go, so that you can be purged of everything that is not in alignment with your next highest vibration, with what's coming in for you with this new moon. You have so much that is ready to be received, and yet they're saying you're not fully allowing it. It's like you're dipping your toes in the waterfall, or you're putting your hands underneath the water and seeing the pressure and how hard it's coming down. And they're saying, go full on. Put your entire head, body underneath the waterfall. Let that water cleanse down over you and purge you of everything that is not in resonance for your next highest vibration. And then you will be ready to receive. You see how her arms are wide open, and there's this light that's above between her third eye and her crown space, they're saying. So between the third eye and the crown, that will open up and allow you to fully receive what is coming for you. Okay, so put the tarot aside. We'll go to angels and ancestors next. The drum, dream and journey. Okay, so much symbolism coming through here, and it's again the cycles. Like they're showing the moon cycles, the sun cycles, the cycles of the elements of earth, and they're saying you're not fully allowing yourself to cycle through the process. You're not fully allowing yourself to cycle through the process. So it's like you get really close and you get to the point where you feel like you can't possibly take it anymore, and then you're pulling back and you're either numbing out or tapping out or whatever you want to call it. It's a way for you to like regress back into, I'm just tired of this. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to like binge watch, shows, and I'm not going to go outside, and I'm not going to, like everything falls back into that lower level of consciousness, the lower vibrations. And that's what's keeping you in this space. They're saying when you fully allow yourself to let go, then things are going to shift. Also, the drum is a very powerful ally when you're working through shadow work. A lot of shamans use drums. We use them in our ceremonies so that we can help bring those shadows to the surface and then fully transmute and alchemize them. So possibly listening to some drums would be really good for you. Go deep into like a drum meditation. If you have drums, play the drums. But definitely working with the power of the drum will help lift some of the shadow aspects that are holding you back. And what I mean by shadow, for those of you that chose this pile, the shadow that's coming through is just this stubborn not wanting to let go. And I say stubborn because they're showing me, like, even when I tapped in and did the little transmission, there was this like tightness in the shoulders, like not allowing yourself to receive. And perhaps that's because when you've received things in the past, they've been attached to energies of how do I put it, spirit. So you've received something from someone and you felt like you needed to give them something in return. And when you receive from God, from the Creator, from your highest self, when you receive from these higher level frequencies, there is no return. There is no, you have to give back. When you are manifesting and receiving in a lower level of consciousness, there is a energetic exchange, a give back in there. But the energetic exchange with God the Creator, with your highest self, with your higher dimensional guides, are the gift of exchange. There is your frequency rising to a higher vibration. It's you rising and then being able to hold that vibration. So that's what your highest self wants for you. They want to see you rise, right? To become one to become one and in wholeness with the Creator, be able to co-create with Spirit. And so the stubbornness energy is the holding on. It's the ego of needing to protect yourself and feeling like no one's ever protected you, so you need to do it for self. And when you let go and trust in a higher power, you no longer need that protection anymore, because you trust and you surrender that your highest self and that God the Creator have your best interest at heart. All right, so maybe processing through some shadow work would be really good. Definitely using some drums. If you can do a shamanic ceremony, I highly recommend it. It's really good for the soul. It cleanses and clears so much in one session. You can look out and look in your area, see if there's anyone that does shamanic energy healing. My husband and myself, we do shamanic energy healing. We prefer in person, but we are capable of doing long distance as well. And then if you feel like you're in a space where you need to just do it for self and not have any outside help, then definitely tap into the drums and allow the drums to take you into the heartbeat of Mother Gaia and connect deep into the heart of Mother Earth, and there you will be able to clear out some of those shadows that are holding and resisting and not wanting to let you rise up into the next level of consciousness. Okay, we're going to go to the angelic realm next. And it says support. Yeah, I was feeling this. I feel like you've done so well at supporting others, and not there a fair amount of self-support. They're telling me you've had a fair amount of self-support, and what I've realized on my journey, I'll share this with you, is that I did do a lot of my healing journey solo. I did do it for self. I was being guided by spirit. I would have meditations or different like sound baths or events or stuff that I was called to go to that would help clear me, and it was all very self-sufficient. However, once I opened myself up to other people helping me, to being in a community, to creating, to actually opening myself up to being uncomfortable in community, because for me it wasn't comfortable to go into a space and just start like free dancing or even talking with other people or sharing things that were really private to me. And some of those spaces that I went into, some of these events or workshops that I went to, required me to do these things, and it brought up this level of discomfort for me. But with pushing through that discomfort and having the support of a community, I was able to process through things much, much quicker than I was on my own. And now I know that whenever I'm struggling with something and I feel like I have a blockage or I'm not able to push through, I'm able to welcome support from all angles. I'm welcoming in support from, of course, my guides, my passed on loved ones, and God the Creator. And I'm also welcoming in support from okay, they're interrupting me, so I'll come back to this, but I am also welcoming in support from friends, from family, from events that are going on around me, that I reach out and find these things so I can actually go in and be in the energy of other people who are also growing through these same kind of things. Also, what I learned going to events was that every event that I've been to, or every workshop that I've been to, every place that I've been to where there's been other people, even if it was like just connecting through like an online platform, there was a connection of the energy of people that were there that helped lift me up, that really helped lift me into that next vibration. So calling in community is going to be really good for you. And what I said I was going to come back to is I talked about calling in support from the higher realms, but they're telling me that you can also get support from lower realms, that you have the power of mediumship and channeling. And when we channel, we don't just channel from higher dimensions. We channel, if you are a true medium, we channel all around, and we are very protective, so none of the lower vibrations can actually pull us out of our vibration, and yet we can still receive messages that help. They're reminding me, I went to an event, and this event had very different mixed energy type people, and there were some really, really low vibrational people there. And at the time, I didn't understand why they were there, why they were a part of the event, because it seemed like it would be a high vibrational, fun, like spiritual experience. And we did a channeling, we did an opening up, and we did a channeling, and everyone in the room was welcome to channel and tell the room what they received. And these they were men, these men that were there, that were in these really, really low vibrations. I'm talking like they walked in, like in fully drenched in lower vibrational spirits. And at the time, they had this channel that came through, and it was a passed on loved one from them, an ancestor that had passed in a really low vibration and was stuck in a earthbound space for a very, very long time. And the channel came through, and it was the most beautiful message for humanity and for us to work together and love each other and not separate ourselves or pull ourselves apart from each other. And it was just the most beautiful thing. So you have the power to create that mediumship with both upper and lower vibrations, and that will help you channel those lower vibrations. When you go, if you use the drumming or you do a shamanic ceremony and you go into the lower realms, and that's part of shamanism, is going into those lower realms of existence and bringing up whatever darkness needs to be purged. And as you go down there, ask what messages you need to receive, because there is wisdom no matter what vibration we're in. That's something I learned really recently, was that we are all time doesn't exist, so everything that has ever happened and ever will happen is existing at once. And no matter what vibration we're in, there is some kind of channel, some kind of message that comes through at every level, and it's going to speak to people at different levels. So channel, take yourself into that space. I feel like you are capable of channeling yourself. And so go into those lower vibrations and ask what it is that what is that stubborn energy? What's not letting you purge, or what is holding on, or what can you do to release? I don't like that word, cancel, clear, to let go of anything that's holding you back, so that you can fully emerge from the waterfall into the higher vibrations. Okay, we'll go into the feminine wisdom next. And it says hope, belief, and fulfillment. The number is 25. And it's this storm energy, right? You may be going through the storm right now. You may be or feeling the storm come on, and again with these cycles of back and forth, it's like it can be very what's the word, it's not coming to me right now, it just dark, like darkness is rising, so the light shines and it's bringing up all of the darkness, and they just want you to continue to have hope and trust and faith that it is all happening for you and you will make it out of this storm. And after the storm is when everything blossoms and comes into fruition. And some of the most beautiful storms have brought, or some of the most, some of the most devastating storms have brought forth the most beautiful, loving energies afterwards. Community, support, and hope. So stay in that energy. Okay, they said to go ahead and go to the tarot now, so we'll see. Okay, yes. So it's this constant battle. It's like the angel, and the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. Like they show you that in movies a lot, or in television. You may have seen it, where it's like, oh, but my lower vibrational self is telling me this, but my higher vibrational self is telling me this, and I don't know what to do right now. I'm kind of caught in the in-between, and I'm going back and forth, and maybe the lower vibrations feel more tempting and exciting and fun, and the higher vibrations feel boring, or like it's never ending. Like, oh, I've been patient and I've done this and I've waited and it's just not worth it. I'd rather go back to here, because at least here there was excitement in my life. And it's odd the way that they brought that in, but it's true. Like, a lot of times, the lower vibrations will bring excitement. They will bring, because there's so much chaos, there's so much passion in that space, they're telling me. And it's if you want to evolve, it is not a space to continue playing in. And I'll tell you, my husband and I have experienced this cycling of evolution. And for him and I, we've done so much shadow work, and we continue to rise. And as we rise, we've come into contact with people who love playing in the shadow. They love being in that energy of passion and fire and delusion. And they're just, you can still be in the playful, free spirit type energy without having the delusion and the just telling you, like, lower level vibrations. You can still have passion for co-creating with spirit, for being in a higher vibration, for receiving, for allowing yourself to receive. So just this piece that's holding on. Let's see what animal spirit wants to come through for you. That's the rabbit. All right. Rabbit is about, fertility. It's about welcoming new things. It is consistent and fertilizing, right? Like, rabbits, their energy is so bubbly. I'm hearing, like, it's a very just think of like a bunny rabbit hopping. Like, it's just a very, like, free, bubbly type energy. And rabbits are wild. They roam and they go all over the place, and they are super fertile, and they create. So pull yourself, if you want to continue to evolve, allow yourself to be washed and cleansed of the things that you no longer need to carry, and then get into the passion of creating, the passion of what else can you create. And maybe you've been working on something and it's time to shift gears and work on something else. Maybe it's time to collaborate with someone, or get in connection with a community that can help evolve and bring that in. But they're just saying, don't lose hope. It does feel like a lot right now for you. Definitely tap in and do some shadow work. Call on support as you need it. And then allow yourself to rise up into this higher vibration of co-creating with spirit. And instead of being in the low vibration of manifesting, where there's an energetic connection, like a giving, how do I say it? Like, it's almost like the wish energy, like, oh, I wish this would happen, and then it happens, and then everything goes downhill from there. And that's the manifestation type energy. And they're saying, get out of manifestation and move into creation, co-creation. You are a creator. You have the power within you to bring everything that you want into your life, but you have got to let go of these shadows that are surfacing, and these old cycles that are purging, and the old habits that you fall back into, whether it's binge eating or binge watching TV. They keep saying binge. I don't know, like eating, watching television shows, maybe using supplements or narcotics or whatever it may be. There's something about binge drinking maybe. But tapping into that and letting it go and giving it to a higher power. Maybe there's something that you've been fighting, like an addiction that you just keep coming back to and cycling in and out of. And they're saying to fully let go, release it to a higher power. Cancel, clear that release word. Let it go to a higher power. Let them let go and let God. Let go and let God. Right. Thank you. Have a fabulous new moon cycle. Hang in there. You guys are going to make it through. Let go and let God. Adios.